Right back. So, almost. Yep, got it. Ready?
You want to keep walking back with it?
Ready. Yeah, nice.
I've been at the top of that hill. I've been in that uniform. Yeah, I wore Miles Murphy's jersey 98 when I was here. So, you know, for me, it's just, I'm a living, walking tiger. You know, a lot of people talking about bleeding orange, but I truly bleed orange and always have.
Ready, set, hit, accelerate, go, chap, go. Good drive off that guy. Attach my hips to his.
Players are going to remember more about who you were and how you loved them than what you taught them.
Bam, good, bam, that's it.
And so I'm excited just to watch them play, you know, just get out of the way, you know, and let them go out and just be monsters, man. And we have all the ability in the world.
I think, you know, I enjoyed my time in the NFL. Spent a total of 19 years there. It was truly a blessing. Met a lot of good people. But I thought I just wanted to, you know, get a change of pace and you know, take a shot at coaching them college ball. And, you know, I'm just thankful to Coach Swinney to give me the opportunity to be here. Little do people know, he gave me a call and told me that I was the first person he called. And he said, Nick, I'm not gonna sit here and sell you about Clemson. You are Clemson. I want you to, this job is yours if you want it. You know, are you interested? And initially I said I wasn't interested. But then I called him back a few minutes later because I was thinking about my kids, you know, in the college world, man, and in every place I've been, you know, you're talking about love as the foundation to success, and players don't care how much you know to how much you care. So I had to think about my players that were at Auburn, you know, how they would feel. And so I called Coach Swinney back and just told him, no, I wasn't interested. And he was like, really? And I was like, yeah, Coach. I said, you know, I think it would just, I don't know how my players would feel about that, and I would feel really bad because, you know, I have the connection with them. So got off the phone. But, you know, sometimes when you make decisions, you know, I truly believe it's supposed to feel good. There's supposed to be a smooth transition. And it wasn't. I didn't feel right, and I was thinking to myself, I was like, man, this might be the only opportunity in my life that I'll be able to come to Clemson. If it's meant for me to be here, when I talk to my players and when I have a conversation with Coach Mason, it'll all be a smooth transition. It'll be smooth conversation. And I mean, I talked to my players about it, and at the time, and they were like, Coach, man, you can't probably pass that opportunity up. Go back to your alma mater. You know, we'll miss you. Hate to see you leave, but that's a once in a lifetime opportunity. And so I was like, check, this is home. And you know, I thought about, you know, just really reflecting back on my mom and grandma always said, you know, having an opportunity to coach you will just be the greatest thing ever. You know, what if, you know, Nick, what if you could go back and coach at Clemson? And so being that they're not here anymore and then having the opportunity was just like a blessing, you know, it was icing on the cake for me. So called them, and here I am, you know, back home at Clemson 20 years later.
I can't have two Masons in the same room, so come up with a nickname for Mason Johnstone. So they came back the next day, they said, we're gonna call him Dan. I said, Dan, where'd that come from? He's like, well, we already have a John Williams, so we can't call him John. And Stone sounds cool, so we're gonna go with Dan.
Dan?
Yeah,
like
Dan.
Dan.
Yeah.
Dan.
He looks like a Dan.
Dan.
Yeah, call him Dan.
I mean, every line coach in the country would love to have this job. So very fortunate, very blessed to be in this position. You know, I think it says something, I think, in recruiting when Coach Swinney says we have 26 former players on staff in some form or fashion. So Grisham and I were roommates for 3 years together. You know, our wives were in each other's weddings. We were in each other's weddings. Like we've known each other since 2005. You know, so there's a lifelong relationship there. You know, Spiller came the next year, and so, you know, literally blocked for him for 3 years. Of course, he didn't need a whole lot of blocking. He can make anything happen by his own. You know, knew who Coach Streeter was when I got here. Knew who Nick Eason was when I got here, and so, you know, I think it speaks to the culture that Coach Swinney has established here. That like I said, there's a lot of people. We have no perfect people in our building, but we have a lot of good men that are here for more than just trying to win football games. And so I think we have a great product, and it's easy to sell that to recruits and their families. When we've lived this, we've walked it. Coach Swinney says all the time, if he was full of it, like, people wouldn't come back and work for him. If Clemson was purely transactional and didn't care about relationships, people would not come back and work at Clemson. I think it gives you credibility with the players when they know that you've walked in their shoes and you've been where they've been. And I've been through Joey Batson workouts. I know what that's like. And so I think I can empathize with those guys as they go through their day-to-day grind of being a college student athlete.
Bam. Good. Here we go.
I met Coach Swinney in 1989. He was a walk-on. I was a scholarship guy, but that relationship from 1989 was strong. We were teammates. We weren't just teammates. We hung out together. We played on the same softball team. We went to UAB basketball games. We did a lot of things together. We hung out at his apartment together. There was some real relationship building that was going on between us. So Coach Swinney and I have a 30-plus year history, man. And I was telling a group today how I've been knowing him, man, and I really genuinely appreciate Dabo Swinney for who he is. He's not changed from the day one that I met him. I love his energy. He's always been a hard worker. Back in the day when we did walk-on tryouts, Coach Swinney was always one or two in the group, right? Because they try to weed out all the other guys. And you look up, Dabo Swinney, he's there. So, he's a great guy, great man. I've known him a long time. We talked about working together in the past, and it happened in 2015. Well, it happened because, I was trying to figure out, I was back in high school coaching. A lot of different coaches would come through the school recruiting our athletes. And I would ask them, like, okay, how can I get out of high school to college? And most of them would say player development or analyst position. So I reached out to coach and was like, hey, I'm going to use you as a referral. Is that okay if I use your name to help me get this particular job that I was looking for? He said, absolutely. Within a couple of weeks, he called me back and said that Wesley, it's funny, Wesley Goodwin was, who was an analyst at the time, has just taken the job with the Arizona Cardinals. And I have a spot available for you, and it's yours if you want it. And he said, look, man, just come over. We're having a big recruiting weekend. You and your wife come over and see what you think. I knew from that moment, I knew I wanted to do it. I just didn't know, I needed my wife to get on board. And once she got over here and she saw Clemson, I had already been here before multiple times. And I knew, obviously I knew Dabo, and I knew the culture that he had. And man, I was so thankful for the opportunity. But what I heard was, it's your job if you want it. And man, I jumped all over it, and it's been awesome ever since.
As I reach for him, he's running. My hat's gonna go to his backside breastplate. If I can run him all the way flat, I will. That's great. That's easy. But a good defensive lineman is not gonna just let you run to the sideline.
Yeah, so I want to use the game of football to build great men. And so I learned a tremendous amount about life through the game of football. And so here at Clemson, and specifically in the offensive line room, we want to give the tools to make these guys better players. But we also want to equip them as men and be a part of that holistic development. Right? So when football ends, because it's going to end for everybody, have we made them a better person? Have we helped them grow and develop and figure out who they are? Because not everyone knows that when they get to college. And so that's, try to kind of coach with that big picture in mind. And then, practically, we want to play with great effort, technique, and toughness. When you watch the film, that's what we want our MO to be as a Clemson offensive line. And so we're going to coach them hard. We're going to be high level of accountability and push them to get better in every area of their life. But we're going to love them in the process.
Boom. Good. All right, 3. Butt up, butt up.
This spring we had a great spring practice. Guys bought into what we wanted to do from a technical standpoint. I think for us, what I'm looking for my guys to be consistent, no ebbs and flows, bring that hard hat to work every day, underdog mentality, and just let's go get better. Let's get better to help our team because we got the guys to do it, right? We got the guys that can go out and execute at a high level, and that's what I'm looking for from my guys. I'm looking for consistency, and let's make plays. That's what I expect from my group. I have a great group. I trust these guys. Coming out of spring practice, man, it was really trying to get that buy-in and trusting the players that I have, and I just want them to know I believe in them, and I want them to see that in me and the way I teach and the way I coach each and every day.
Oh, you gonna go on the whistle? All right, go ahead. Hit on the whistle. On the whistle. Boom, there you go, good. Nice work, boy. Hey, Harry, I'm getting that back to me now. Don't take over all day.
The room, it has all the talent in the world. Obviously, it was a room that was inherited to me by the previous coaches. But, you know, for me, everybody's always inheriting somebody else's work, wherever you go. So, you know, really at the end of the day, I think it's my goal, man, just to enhance the level of play of every guy in the room. That's my goal. That would define, you know, how well of a coach I am. Did these guys get better? That's my goal. I want to enhance the level of play of my players, and I want the spirit of the Tiger that I have in me to be in them, and I think they're truly going to see that. I'm a Tiger through and through. I've stood at the top of the hill. I've come down the hill, and I enjoyed hitting people in the mouth on the field, and so that's my demeanor. That's who I am as a person, and those guys have had an opportunity to meet me, and they know that. They know that they're going to be held accountable for everything that they're doing, and I'm gonna hold myself accountable and try to be that living example of what, you know, how life is supposed to be lived and what they need to be doing. And I think they've kind of embraced that and accepted the challenge. And it's going to be a great year this year. You know, there's been a lot of speculations about our team, and, you know, a lot of the things are said, and people warned about this, that, and the third. And I just think we're just going to come through like a quiet storm. Not going to say much, but we're just going to put in the hard work. And just week after week, man, we're going to show up and just show people what we're about, not talk about it. But we're just behind the scenes, going to quietly work, keep our heads down, stay humble through this process, and then we'll do talking at the end of it and see how it turns out. So I'm excited about that.